Welcome to our weekly World Climate Change News. I'm Alexandra, and today we will discuss the following topics. Australia hit by the worst flood in over 50 years. Summers will last longer due to climate change. Elon Musk awards prize for carbon capture technique. Climate change causing CFC release. Large corporations adopt net zero emission goals. NASA's new climate tracking satellite. Climate activists take to the streets despite the pandemic. So let's get started. Australia hit by the worst flood in over 50 years. Heavy rainfall in Australia has caused severe destruction and forced thousands of people to evacuate their homes. According to the Australian authorities, this is the worst flooding event in the last 50 years. Flooding risks and evacuation warnings have been issued for 13 areas in New South Wales, as meteorologists expect the downpour to continue for many days. Extreme weather events are regarded as one of the major consequences of climate change. Summers will last longer due to climate change. A recent study has revealed that if climate change is not mitigated, summers could last for half of the year by the end of the century. Studies have shown that summers are longer by 17 days on average compared to 60 years ago. According to a new study, these potential changes will cause significant impacts on people's health and agriculture, especially taking into consideration that other seasons will be delayed or shortened. Elon Musk awards prize for carbon capture technique. Billionaire Elon Musk and his partners of X-Prize Carbon Removal believe that humankind can still turn the tide on climate change through creativity, innovation, and competition. They made available $100 million as a prize for teams worldwide to come up with carbon capture and storage techniques at the scale of gigatons. The captured carbon must be stored sustainably or reused in the industry, both methods which still require research and could be made cost-effective. Climate change causing CFC release. Rising global temperatures linked to climate change may cause oceans to release chlorofluorocarbons at a faster rate. The recent study was carried out by scientists at MIT's Department of Earth, Atmospheric and Planetary Sciences. CFCs are known as a type of chemical which heavily depletes the ozone layer. After 196 UN nations came together under the Montreal Protocol in 1987, these chemicals have been stringently controlled. Large corporations adopt net zero emission goals. According to a recent report, the UK-based Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit, 1 in every 5 of the world's 2,000 biggest publicly traded enterprises pledged to a net zero emissions target to help combat climate change. The corporations have pledged to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2050, as they will generate no more emissions than they can offset through mitigating measures, like planting trees. Additionally, the report states nations accounting for 61% of global emissions have declared net zero targets. NASA's new climate tracking satellite. A new satellite outfitted with the largest reflector antenna ever launched by NASA is being constructed for tracking potential hazards due to climate change in real time and at a high resolution in space and time. Once launched into orbit, NASA will be able to monitor slight changes on the surface, indicating imminent volcanic eruptions, groundwater levels, ice melts, and global vegetation growth, factors vital for scoring the progress of climate fight. The NASA satellite would be the first Earth satellite with this mission. Climate activists take to the streets despite the pandemic. With a common call for no more empty promises, thousands of climate activists gathered in person and online on March 19th to protest world leaders' inaction and demand ambitious and concrete measures to combat climate change. After a year characterized by a series of climate-related disasters which devastated countries and ecosystems, activists mobilized once again with street protests and strikes around the world, demanding a healthier and cleaner planet. Protesters urged governments to take immediate action for climate change mitigation and adaptation, instead of focusing on far-off fuzzy net zero emission targets. Thank you for watching. This was Alexandra for Weekly World Climate Change News. If you find this interesting, subscribe to our channel and join us here next week.